Hello guys, how you doing guys? Welcome to the Witness Without Identity channel. Um, I want to talk about Jimmy Dore again. So Jimmy Dore has a love and hate relationship with the progressive. There are people on the progressive movement that think the Jimmy Dore ideal to force the vote is a very good idea and we should keep pushing for that. But there are people that are very afraid of him. They think he's toxic and he's stupid. So I want to show you guys both so you guys can have a view. So I'm gonna show you first Carl Kulinski. Carl Kulinski, I think he's for Jimmy Dore. He liked the idea. And then I'm gonna show you another one, which is Sam Seders. So here's Carl Kulinski.
So Jimmy Dore has been advocating for the idea of the left withholding their vote from Pelosi for Speaker unless she commits to a floor vote on Medicare for all. This is something he's been advocating for a while now. And he's been aggressive. In fact, he's doing, he's done interviews, like he went on Rising with Krystall and Sagar to talk about this. He's trying to spread the message as far and wide as he can because he really believes in it. And he thinks that, we should demand something for our votes. Because, and this happened last time too, we were told that, hey, the furthest left option to be leader of the Democrats is Nancy Pelosi. So it's either Nancy Pelosi or somebody way to her right. So in that situation, who are you going to pick to be leader of the Democrats? And it really is the oldest establishment trick in the book. You give somebody all terrible options, and then you pick the best among the terrible options, and you pretend like it's some sort of victory for the left. And again, it's a trick. It's a trick. And, I fell for it just like everybody else. I mean, I was thinking, well, if those are the only options and she's the furthest left option, I guess, right? But no, see, now you've had more time to organize since the last time they tried this trick on us. And you didn't organize to come up with a better option? Honestly, that's a giant failure of the left. You have to organize. We can't just always accept a terrible option among all bad options and then pretend like it's some sort of victory. Now, what happened last time is the more conservative Democrats played hardball with Pelosi, and she conceded to them because they played hardball with her. So what Jimmy's doing is he's advocating that the Justice Democrats and really the Congressional Progressive Caucus, or a large chunk of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, withhold your votes. I think all you need is anywhere from 8 to 15 votes of the leftist Congress people. If they withhold their votes and they say, listen, we'll vote for you, but you have to have Medicare for all for a floor vote. If they do that, then we'll get a floor vote on Medicare for all. That's what'll happen. You could try to pass the buck and say, oh, well, then she won't do that, and then somebody to her right will be elected. Well, what does it matter if somebody to her right is elected if she's not going to allow the floor vote on Medicare for all, and the person to her right isn't going to allow the floor vote on Medicare for all? Then, it's the same thing either way. So who cares if it's Pelosi or not in that situation? And you don't have to pass the buck. The onus is on her. So in other words, yeah, she can be speaker, but, you're just going to have to allow a floor vote on Medicare for all. This is how you play politics. You organize, you strategize. This is what you do. So Jimmy's been pushing this idea. And listen, this wasn't even really a controversial idea, so much so that Sam Seders, who despises Jimmy Dore, even Sam Seders did a segment a week or so ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, and he was like, I think Jimmy got this one right. I think that this is what the leftist Congress people should do. Yeah, demand something for your vote. Duh. Like, this is politics. This is politics 101. So Jimmy's been making these criticisms. Now, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has not responded to Jimmy, but what happened was Justin Jackson, running back for the LA Chargers, and actually, he's a friend of mine. I really like him. We talk every now and then. So I know I was just a humble brag right there. That was a little bit insufferable, I agree, but I just wanted to tell you I like Justin. He's a friend of mine, and he understands this stuff inside and out as well as anybody. So, Justin Jackson's been seeing this campaign that Jimmy Dore's been doing, and he's like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Let's do this. So Justin Jackson tweets at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I won't show him to you, but I'll just read him for you. He said the following: if AOC and the squad don't do what Jimmy Dore has suggested and withhold their vote for Pelosi for speakership, unless Medicare for All gets brought to the floor for a vote, they will be revealing themselves. Power concedes nothing without a demand. So AOC didn't respond to Jimmy with Jimmy's campaign, but she saw this tweet from Justin Jackson. According to Justin, she's responded to him previously. So she responded to him, and she said, "The problem with this idea is that there isn't enough thought given to step 2. The Dem voters aren't there yet, and with a razor-thin margin, the Dem no's are greater. So you issue threats, withhold your vote, and lose. Then what? If you want to know who's opposed, look at the co-sponsor list." Now, before I continue, let me just say, the co-sponsor list is bullshit.
So as you can see here, you see the video with Carl. Basically, Carl is talking about the good idea of forcing the vote. You need to withhold your vote, and he likes the fact that the football player got involved also. There's that football player, I forgot his name. I think his name is what is his name? I think let me see. Yes, the football player. He agrees with Jimmy Dore that you should hold on to your vote. You should not just Justin Jackson, football player Justin Jackson had a tweet fight with AOC, and he agrees that you should hold your vote. So he's pressuring AOC to do it now, which I think I agree, because we're in the midst of a pandemic. So if you're in the midst of a pandemic, this is the best time for you to press for Medicare for all if you can. You know, I mean, many people without insurance cannot go to the doctor. They are sick, and it's the worst time. So let's just end the whole thing forever. So that's what he's saying. So here we are. So Carl agrees with Jimmy Dore, and the other football player thinks also that they think that Jimmy Dore is kind of like a hero for bringing this thing right now. But now I'm going to go into Sam Seders from the Majority Report. He thinks that Jimmy Dore is very toxic, and he thinks that Jimmy Dore is going to destroy the Democratic Party. So I want you guys to look at the video, and then we might comment after that. Yeah, so basically this is the Jimmy Dore. So when you guys watch the Jimmy Dore
was first floated by Jimmy Dore.
So it's kind of funny, right? I mean,
it's gotten a lot of attention.
Jimmy Dore,
which
like,
by design, you know.
totally goes after AOC, and totally
you gotta pay for that house somehow.
He goes
I don't know
nuclear
if it's necessarily
against
by
AOC.
design
Totally
as
destroys
much
her.
as it is like sort of the same way
And
that Trump.
AOC is trying her
It's just
best
sort
to
of
work on
he
this
has
thing,
some,
but I'm not gonna lie, guys.
psychological,
I kind of
things
like
that
the
sort of
Jimmy
drive
Dore
him in this
strategy a
fashion.
little
And
bit,
that- and then it
but
does-
To fixate
I
on
will
one
remove some of
particular
those
point, and
words
you don't
that
do
he
this
say.
exact thing
He
that I
call
say, you're not pure
AOC
enough
you
like
liar,
me,
you
the one who
communist.
berates
I'm not gonna
every
go that
What
far, but I think it's a good idea to keep her foot on the fire
is
and
it
for her
this
to put a
conversation
vote
have
on the
been
floor.
about
To see
this
what
one
happened, you know,
guy?
I think
Like,
it makes sense for us
it's
to make a
pretty
move,
pathetic
because
of a
even me, I didn't have
statement
Medicare,
that
and you know what I'm saying, it's a
Jimmy
problem.
Dore
In
is the hill they're
the
gonna
we have to
die
keep
on up against,
every year we got to
the
sign up for
squad. To me, that's a
Medicare,
level of
and every
absurdity that
state
is
you
so
move,
destructive
some
to the
states
left.
don't have insurance.
Come on,
If you have
I've been
Medicare for all,
encouraged
anywhere you
to
go, you
see,
have
and there are
insurance.
some
It's
people who
it's
I
a basic
respect who have
human
not,
rights. There's nothing to
you
sign
know,
up. You know,
denounced a
you
lot
just
of
have it.
this
You're in the country. You have
childish
Medicare for
fixation
all. I
on
hope
one
that's what they're gonna
particular
do.
vote, which
I mean, I don't know how they're gonna
think
do
that
it, but
now
I
that
hope
I've
it
thought about
becomes
could
like
be
that. I
more
hope it becomes like a
counterproductive.
basic
A
human
caller
right,
the
like
other
kind
day
of like the
pointed out how Mitch
firefighter
McConnell
or the
really
police
wanted us
department.
to
I
bring
don't have to
Medicare for
sign
all
up.
or Mitch
I'm
McConnell
alive. I'm a
wanted
human
Bernie
being.
Sanders'
I deserve the
vote on
police to
Medicare
protect
for
me.
all,
I
which
need
hadn't
firefighters
happened
to
after he
fight
had all those
for me,
co-sponsors,
and I
basically
need
because he knew
Medicare. I
it would
need
fail,
doctors
so
to
he could
work
rub it
for
in
me to
the faces
serve
of
me
the
if I have a
Democrats,
problem.
and then
I'm getting
set
older
it
now.
back. I mean,
You
I'm
know,
not
if I have something, so
fully
it makes
opposed
sense.
to a
But
vote on Medicare for all, but
those the
25th
majority
on the list
report
of
Sam
priorities, if
Seders
at all a
totally
priority, because we need
doesn't
more
like the Jimmy
members
strategy,
before
and
we can actually gain momentum on
they
that
found that
topic.
he's very
There's so
stupid,
much more
and
important things.
And,
there was value.
basically all the
in
yelling is
idea
toxic,
of
and the way he goes
leveraging
after
that vote.
AOC. I mean, to
And
me, it's hilarious.
The
Because you
problem
can,
was,
I've never seen somebody like Jimmy.
you know, when
He
I
has a
first
very
heard
short
this idea,
fuse.
that's my feeling
He doesn't
was,
like.
there's value in ledgering the vote.
He has no patience.
I don't know if the Medicare
know?
for all.
He goes straight
vote is
for
the
the
vote. The thing
he
to
goes
go
straight for the
I
heart.
think at the time I said maybe
He goes nuclear pretty
Take
fast.
a little bit of-
You know, and I don't
Take a
think
little
I don't
bit
think
of
that's
agree on.
healthy.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have
take
to
a
give
little
people a
time,
chance.
look
AOC is
into it,
like,
and
you know.
then you
But
get-
I also
you-
think that
you
you don't
get a
want to be.
response
So I mean, I'm
from
between.
at
this
least
is where I am right
one
now
of the
in
key
this
figures that
discussion.
you
I'm
want to
between
pressure, and they
Jimmy
say, you know,
and
committee seats
Sam
might be
Seders.
better.
I think we should
And
be a
instead
little bit
of
more
like
left of Sam
engaging with
Seders
that
when it comes
and
to
saying,
this issue. A little bit
okay,
more aggressive
you're
than
on
Sam
one
Seders. Sam
part
Seders
of
is
it, you're
aggressive,
on the
but he's not
inside,
aggressive
we're
enough.
on the
But I'm
outside.
not like Jimmy Dore.
You have a better
And I
sense
think
of
I'm
like
with
how
Kyle
things
Kulinski.
work
Kyle Kulinski
there.
is like that.
Yeah.
Kyle
And
Kulinski
what
says
might actually
specifically
bring
that we should go
material
after
benefits
AOC. We
to
should
people.
tell her
That would require
we should
an
tell her
ounce
to
of
put
humility.
Well,
a
and
foot on the floor. But
look, it's not just,
not gonna
you know, it's
curse
not
her
just
and insult
Jimmy.
her,
I mean,
and we're
people
not
have to
gonna
take
say that she's
responsibility.
nefarious.
If you're listening there
we're not gonna say
and,
that.
you know, some
guys, subscribe to my
Russians just
channel,
sitting there
please, guys.
basically
Please subscribe to my
yelling
channel.
"F
Thank
you"
you.
into the microphone is where you get your political wisdom from. A guy who doesn't even know the difference between, like, you know, a filibuster or is sitting there happy to have Peter Thiel be on the Supreme Court. You've got to educate yourself. And honestly, like, it's not just like, you know, all he has is a microphone. He has no more or less than what we have. It's just that some of the members of his audience are just sitting there.
Oh, but he does have something that we have, and he's lacking something that we have. We all know that at the core of this, honestly, and I'm not going to go into the new YouTube number games, but I do believe that he has the insight that anger is lucrative. And we all know that anger is lucrative. Every one of us who do this know that if we rile up the progressive base and just tell you what makes you angry, we can buy a house. Right? That said, we don't do that, right? I think each and every one of us know that if we kept Donald Trump in office, all of our bottom lines would probably be amazing going forward. But we're never going to sacrifice our integrity and leave Donald Trump in office just because it's financially good for us. And similarly, I would never attack the people who are closest to accomplishing something that we really want simply because, in my best estimation, there's a financial motive. That's just my estimation, and I don't ascribe that to Sam or the Majority Report.
Also, look, I think Kyle's done good work. Do I think AOC watched his video and is aware that Kyle turned on her? I think she has worried about.
But I personally don't care if Kyle turned on him or her, because this is wrong. They're wrong.
They're
right?
wrong.
They're just patently wrong, because the strategery, because that's all it is. It's not a strategy. It's strategery at this point is dead after step 2. And you never win a checkers game, let alone a chess game, let alone life, with 2 steps. The thing here, though, the thing that really, really bothers me is that he's going all the way in on this. He is trying to dethrone.
Yeah.
This really, at the core of this, is a faction of the left that's trying to dethrone the progressive faction that actually got traction and power. My question is Jimmy, why don't you ask your the official that you helped get elected? Like, who's your representative? Why are you going all the way across the continent of the country to New York and putting pressure on a first-term congresswoman who just amassed enough power for us to primary other people? You're asking her to sacrifice that. What about all the other people? Why all this energy for progressives when your strategy itself is never going to yield results? It's like we're in a circle of firing squad, and at the end of it, nobody gets anything except for neoliberalism and trickle-down capitalism.
Is there more
posted
video?
a picture once on a magazine with someone Jimmy didn't like. I mean, the clip gets more abusive. I don't want to it gets worse, but
Should we play any more?
yeah,
of it?
I play the rest. I think it's
Oh, y'all gonna make me cuss on it.
But he sees through the squad now. And why AOC? I'm telling, they're pushing her out there because she's the most sympathetic. And so idiots can say, stop attacking her when she is standing
She's the
between
most
you and
sympathetic.
healthcare and protecting Nancy Pelosi and her career.
Excuse me, guys. Can I respond to that real quick?
Yeah, pause it.
Are we off of like whatever? What's the rating right now? Is it rated R? Can we cuss?
Yeah, you can cut.
yeah.
Fuck Jimmy Dore. This stuff is sociopathy. What he is doing is cashing in on your anger, but he's cashing in with a strategy that's going to leave you without Medicare for all. He is literally, at this point, COINTELPRO for me. He is a Fed at this point, because he is coming in to neutralize the only power that progressives really have. And if you and your
If I thought there was any value in the idea that I should have just like brought it up completely.
Well, I mean,
separate
Ocasio-Cortez responded. So
of him raising it, because the guy is incredibly toxic. I figured, 4 years later, cut him a little bit of slack, and that was stupid. It was stupid on my part. It was stupid.
But I want to ask everybody this question, though. Everybody who still believes in Jimmy Dore, once the squad is gone, and Jimmy Dore gets his way, who you going to pressure?
Right.
Who you going to pressure?
Can we just
Who's going to listen to you?
Can we just finish
Morons.
so we can just wrap it up or wrap it in a bow?
Was there
really?
any more of that clip
Just
left?
because I think it's important to see how he gets himself riled up. It's psychotic.
Standing between you and healthcare and protecting Nancy Pelosi and her career.
Talk about career.
Key organizing moments may look like random uprisings and viral internet moments to some, but they aren't. They are the results of years of targeting, organizing, and people's movements. This took 2 weeks.
What did?
This took 2 weeks.
Period. Hold on.
This took 2 weeks.
1 second. Okay. So Jimmy doesn't understand what she's saying here.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Right? I mean, just like how
He's so stupid. It's unbelievable.
I know.
She is suggesting that actual change takes building on the ground and building a foundation. You see it pop up and it looks like it's just there for a moment, but it's actually been building for years. Jimmy thinks that
He got it done in 2 weeks.
video, it only look at what I've been able to achieve in 2 weeks.
What did you achieve?
Nothing. He got a story in Business Insider and he added some subscriptions and he made some money.
That's it. That's
Not
it.
politics, though, from what I hear from Jimmy's show.
But that's the thing. He doesn't
Exactly.
in the tweet that she's writing.
Yeah,
But
and
continue.
then he gets something wrong here too.
Go back and listen to how this stuff is just remedial, right? Apparently, you can do is read a real estate listing.
Key organizing moments may look like random uprisings and viral internet moments to some, but they aren't. They are the results of years of targeting, organizing, and people's movements. This took 2 weeks. This took 2 weeks. This took 2 weeks. From someone who already went bankrupt from medical bills. It took 2 weeks. How long you been fucking working on this?
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't watch
figured this out in 2 weeks, AOC. You liar, you coward, you gaslighter, you standing in the way of people in healthcare. You run on healthcare and then you deny it to us. You dangle it in front of your fucking constituents. And then when you get there, you don't lift up.
Why are y'all doing this to me? I think y'all want me to snap on this motherfucker. Damn. Jimmy Dore, listen. I just got to say this. This has nothing to do with anybody on this show. But Jimmy Dore, you know where to find me, dude. You know where to find me because you ain't suffered nothing, man. You just bought a $2 million house. You bought a house that is probably 10 times the value of what AOC makes in a year. And you're attacking her like you have some moral standing. You are nothing. Let me stop before you never invite me back.
I mean, that might be the same video where he claimed that she voted for the CARES Act. There's no evidence of that. She said that she didn't. You don't need to take her at her word for it, but she was speaking out publicly against it. And then I'm hearing there was a man's voice that said no, but she could have just not voted for it in general. But it doesn't even matter.
She's
Bernie
speaking
Sanders,
against it. She's speaking against it.
Right.
If that's the point, is that it's that's the cost. There's no cost.
That's not what that clip is. In my opinion, that's not what that clip is about. That clip is about, holy shit, I hit a gold mine. Right. I've struck gold. And if I just keep talking about this, I'm going to keep getting 200,000 views per video. And my bank is going to keep going up. My patrons are going to go up and up. And my notoriety is going to go up and up. And so maybe I won't have to settle for a measly peasly $1.9 million house in LA. And I can go ahead and get me the $5 million one I've been coveting. I'm sorry. This man is destroying the entirety of the progressive movement because leftists are angry and you all are allowing yourselves to be taken to the bank by this clown.
Yeah, so basically this is the Jimmy Dore. So you guys watch the Jimmy Dore thing here. So it's kind of funny, right? I mean, Jimmy Dore totally goes after AOC and totally like he goes nuclear against AOC, totally destroys her. And AOC is trying her best to work on this thing. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, I kind of like the Jimmy Dore strategy a little bit. But I will remove some of those words that he say. He call AOC, you liar, you corporatist. I mean, I'm not gonna go that far, but I think it's a good idea to keep her foot on the fire and for her to put a vote on the floor to see what happened. You know, I think it makes sense for us to make a move because even me, I didn't have Medicare, and you know what I'm saying, it's a problem. We have to keep every year we gotta sign up for Medicare. And every state you move, some states don't have insurance. If you have Medicare for all, anywhere you go, you have insurance. It's a basic human right. There's nothing to sign up. You know, you just have it. You're in the country, you have Medicare for all. I hope that's what they're gonna do. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I hope it becomes like that. I hope it becomes like a basic human right, like kind of like the firefighter or the police department. I don't have to sign up. I'm alive. I'm a human being. I deserve the police to protect me. I need firefighters to fight for fire for me, and I need Medicare. I need doctors to work for me, to serve me if I have a problem. I'm getting older now. You know, if I have something, so it makes sense. But the majority report, Sam Seders totally doesn't like the Jimmy strategy, and they found that it's very stupid, and basically all the yelling is toxic, and the way he goes after AOC, I mean, to me it's hilarious, because I never seen somebody like Jimmy. He has a very short fuse. He doesn't like, he has no patience, you know. He goes straight for the heart. He goes nuclear pretty fast. You know, and I don't think that's healthy. You have to give people a chance. AOC is like, you know, but I also think that you don't want to be. So I mean, I'm between. This is where I am right now in this discussion. I'm between Jimmy and Sam Seders. I think we should be a little bit more left of Sam Seders when it comes to this issue. A little bit more aggressive than Sam Seders. Sam Seders is aggressive, but he's not aggressive enough. But I'm not like Jimmy Dore. And I think I'm with Kulinski. Kulinski is like that. Kulinski says specifically that we should go after AOC. We should tell her to put a vote on the floor. But we're not going to curse her and insult her, and we're not going to say that she's nefarious. You know, we're not going to say that. All right, guys, subscribe to my channel, please, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.